It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. Imagine this. You're caught in yet another exhausting exchange with that draining acquaintance, your heart sinking as precious minutes slip away, leaving you resentful and depleted. That familiar frustration builds, the weight of wasted time on someone who poisons your peace, like lugging an invisible burden that slows your every step. You felt it, right? Nodding through their complaints or manipulations while your own aspirations fade into the background. But here's the revelation. This isn't a new problem, it's an age-old snare that wise minds have long exposed. In this video, we delve into Seneca's On the Shortness of Life to uncover how toxic people stealthily rob your most valuable asset, time, and how reclaiming it can lead to profound fulfillment. You'll gain transformative insights that empower you to protect your hours fiercely, reshaping your life with purpose. Envision Seneca thriving amid Rome's perilous politics, emperors and intrigue. Exiled yet resilient, he crafted a philosophy that pierces through distractions. Life feels short because we squander it on the undeserving. His experiences with betrayal and sycophancy offer lessons perfect for your fast-paced American routine, balancing careers, families, and those subtle energy drainers in your circle. Reflect. How many nights have you sacrificed to fruitless debates or unreciprocated favors? Seneca foresaw this, his wisdom a bridge across eras. By video's end, you'll view toxic ties as editable choices, not fixed fates. And if this strikes a chord, consider liking, sharing, or subscribing to Timeless Wisdom Official. Join our circle of wisdom enthusiasts, building better lives together.
The diagnosis. Now, let's get real about why this happens to you. Why so many of us, even the sharpest lifelong learners, keep pouring our finite time into toxic wells that never quench our thirst. It's not just bad luck or poor judgment. It's rooted in deep psychological wiring and societal pressures that Seneca dissected with razor-sharp clarity. In On the Shortness of Life, he argues that we don't lack time, we waste it on distractions, and toxic people are among the sneakiest culprits. But why do you fall into this trap? Let's peel back the layers. First, consider the societal conditioning baked into American culture, where networking and being nice are drilled into you from childhood. You're taught that relationships are currency. Build more, climb higher. Think about those endless barbecues, office happy hours, or family gatherings where you grit your teeth through passive-aggressive jabs. The myth is that enduring toxicity builds character or opens doors, but Seneca calls this out as folly. He writes that we occupy ourselves with others' affairs, meddling in what's not ours, all while our own life slips away. In your case, it's that colleague who gossips endlessly, sucking you into drama, or the relative who guilts you into listening to their woes. You stay because society whispers, "Don't burn bridges," but those bridges often lead to nowhere, burning your time instead. Psychologically, it's even more insidious. Humans are wired for connection. It's in your DNA, a survival mechanism from tribal days. But in today's hyper-connected world, that instinct backfires. You crave belonging, so you tolerate toxicity to avoid loneliness, even as it erodes your spirit. Seneca nails this when he describes how people fritter away life on idle occupations, like flattery or pointless socializing. Ever felt that pull? That friend who criticizes your ambitions, making you doubt yourself, yet you keep them around because we've known each other forever. It's the sunk cost fallacy at play. You've invested years, so you double down, ignoring how they dim your light. And here's the counterintuitive truth often overlooked. Toxic people aren't always villains. Sometimes they're mirrors of your unresolved fears. You attract and endure them because they echo your inner doubts about worthiness, boundaries, or purpose. Seneca urges self-examination. We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied but wasteful of it. You're not short on time. You're lavish with it on the wrong people, chasing approval that never satisfies. Add to this the cultural psychology of the US audience. You value individualism, yet paradoxally, you're bombarded with messages to keep the peace and forgive everything. From self-help books to social media, it's all about positivity without discernment. But Seneca flips this. True positivity comes from pruning the dead branches. Why do most struggle? Because admitting someone's toxic feels like failure, yours, not theirs. Youth think, if I were stronger, I could handle it. Wrong. It's strength to walk away. Studies on emotional contagion show how negativity spreads like a virus, infecting your mindset, productivity, and even health. You absorb their stress, losing focus on your goals, that promotion, that hobby, that quiet evening of reflection. Seneca observed this in Roman society, where courtiers wasted lives on emperors' whims. Today, it's bosses, partners, or online trolls. The overlooked truth? Time spent on toxicity isn't neutral. It's active theft from your future self. You rob the person you could become. Wiser, calmer, more achieve. And let's not ignore the viewing habits that amplify this. In a world of binge-watching and doom-scrolling, you're conditioned to consume endlessly, including relationship. You watch toxic dynamics unfold like a bad reality show, hooked on the drama. But Seneca warns, the part of life we really live is small. For all the rest exists only in anticipation or memory. You're living in the maybe they'll change fantasy, missing the now. This diagnosis hurts because it's true. You're not a victim of time's shortness, but of your own misplaced generosity. Recognizing this is the first step to freedom. So, ask yourself, how much of your life have you already gifted to those who don't deserve it? The power of wisdom. Now, let's turn the corner toward liberation, where Seneca's wisdom ignites a profound shift in how you view your time and those who squander it. Imagine breaking free from the chains of toxic entanglements, reclaiming your days for what truly nourishes your soul. This isn't about cold detachment. It's about honoring the brevity of life by choosing connections that elevate rather than erode. Seneca teaches that life is ample if invested wisely, urging you to prune the poisonous vines choking your growth. But to make this real, let's draw from the life of a figure who embodied this principle with radical clarity. Diogenes of Sinope, the audacious Greek philosopher whose unyielding pursuit of truth shows you how to stop wasting precious moments on the unworthy. Picture ancient Athens, a bustling hive of politics, commerce, and endless social games, much like your own world of networking events and digital distractions. Diogenes, born around 412 BC, started life comfortably as a banker's son, but a scandal forced him into exile, stripping away illusions of security. Instead of chasing redemption through flattery or alliances, he chose a path of stark simplicity, living in a large ceramic jar on the streets, owning nothing but a cloak, a staff, and a bowl. Why? Because he saw how toxic people, sycophants, power-hungry rulers, and hypocrites devoured time and authenticity. Diogenes rejected the societal script that demanded you tolerate drainers for status or survival. He wandered with a lantern in broad daylight, declaring, "I am looking for an honest man," a bold metaphor for his refusal to invest in deceitful souls. When the mighty Alexander the Great visited him, shadowing his sunlight and offering any wish, Diogenes simply replied, "Stand out of my sun." In that moment, he taught the world, no one's ego, no matter how grand, deserves your light if it dims yours. Feel the weight of that choice. Diogenes could have curried favor, wasting years in courtly intrigue like so many before him. Instead, he focused on self-mastery, mocking the pretensions of the elite with witty barbs that exposed their toxicity. One day, seeing a child drink from his hands, he smashed his own bowl, realizing even that possession was unnecessary baggage. This mirrors Seneca's call to audit your life. Why carry emotional clutter from manipulators or complainers? Diogenes' story stirs your heart because it's raw empowerment. He faced ridicule, poverty, and isolation, yet found freedom in boundaries. By shunning toxic influences, he devoted his time to philosophical dialogues that inspired cynicism, influencing Stoics like Seneca himself. You sense it, don't you? That spark of possibility. In your life, it means recognizing when a friend is really a shadow blocking your path to growth. This shift isn't easy. It demands courage, just as Diogenes braved societal scorn. But embracing it transforms you. Seneca echoes this. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Diogenes lived it by curating his circle ruthlessly, investing only in authenticity. You can too. Start seeing toxic people not as obligations, but as distractions from your epic journey. His legacy whispers to you, reclaim your sun, your time, your essence. Let this story be your emotional anchor, proving that wisdom's power lies in decisive action against the thieves of your peace. The action plan. You've diagnosed the drain, felt the shift through Diogenes' bold example, and now it's time to arm yourself with a practical blueprint to reclaim your life from toxic time thieves. Drawing straight from Seneca's Stoic wisdom in On the Shortness of Life, where he implores you to treat time as your most sacred possession, we're crafting a 3-step protocol tailored for your pragmatic American lifestyle. This isn't fluffy theory. It's a no-nonsense framework you can implement today, whether you're juggling a demanding job in New York or seeking quiet reflection in the Midwest suburbs. Think of it as your personal audit. Evaluate, eliminate, and elevate. Each step builds on the last, turning insight into action, so you stop leaking hours to energy vampires and start investing in a richer, more purposeful existence. Ready to guard your time like a vault? Let's break it down. Step 1. The mindset shift, reclaim your inner sovereignty. This internal pivot is where it all begins, echoing Seneca's call to recognize that no one can lead a happy life if he does not belong to himself. Start by confronting the illusion that you owe your time to everyone. You don't. In a culture that glorifies busyness and people-pleasing, this feels revolutionary, but it's essential. Begin each morning with a 5-minute reflection. Sit quietly, perhaps with your coffee in hand, and ask yourself, who or what stole my peace yesterday? Journal it out. Name the toxic interactions, like that coworker who dumps negativity during lunch or the old friend who calls only to complain. Feel the resentment bubble up? Good, that's awareness dawning. Seneca warns that we waste life by living as if we'll have endless tomorrows, so flip the script. Visualize your time as a finite bank account. Every minute spent on a manipulator is a withdrawal from your dreams. That book you want to write, the family hike, or the skill that'll boost your career. To make this stick, adopt a Stoic mantra, my time is mine. Repeat it when guilt creeps in, reminding yourself that boundaries aren't selfish. Their self-respect. This shift rewires your brain, turning passive endurance into active choice. Within a week, you'll notice a lighter spirit, less dread about social obligations. It's pragmatic because Americans thrive on self-reliance. Embrace it, and you'll stop seeing toxic people as inevitable and start viewing them as optional distractions. This internal change sets the foundation, empowering you to act without hesitation. Step 2. The practical habit or daily boundary building. Now, translate that mindset into tangible daily actions, just as Seneca advised auditing your day like a shrewd merchant tallies his ledger. Your habit? The time thief scan, a quick, repeatable ritual to spot and sideline drainers in real time. Here's how. At the end of each day, spend 10 minutes reviewing your interactions. Rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Did this person energize you, 8 to 10, leave you neutral, 4 to 7, or deplete you, 1 to 3? For anyone scoring low consistently, enforce a low-contact protocol. That means polite but firm limits. Respond to texts with brevity, decline invites with, I'm focusing on my priorities right now, or mute notifications from chronic complainers. Seneca would approve. He shunned the Roman elite's endless banquets, choosing solitude over superficial chatter. Make it American practical. Use apps like Freedom or Focus at Will to block distracting contacts during work hours, freeing your mind for productive flow. If it's a family member, schedule structured check-ins, like a weekly 15-minute call, to contain the toxicity without cutting ties abruptly. Picture this habit as pruning a garden. You're not destroying relationships, just trimming the weeds so your blooms can thrive. To boost retention, tie it to a reward. After your scan, treat yourself to something nourishing, like a walk in the park or a chapter from a philosophy book. This daily action builds momentum, turning abstract wisdom into muscle memory. You'll feel the difference: more energy for hobbies, deeper connections with uplifting people, and a sense of control that combats the chaos of modern life. Stick with it, and what once felt overwhelming becomes second nature. Step 3. Long-term mastery, sustaining the legacy. Mastery isn't a one-off. It's cultivating a lifelong garden where time flourishes. Seneca reminds you, it is not that we have so little time but that we lose so much. To sustain this, evolve your protocol into a quarterly life audit retreat. Set aside a half-day every 3 months, maybe a solo drive through scenic routes or a quiet cabin getaway, to deeply assess your circle. List everyone you interact with regularly, who aligns with your values of growth and positivity, who drags you down. Use Seneca's lens. Are they helping you live deliberately, or are they pulling you into the crowd's frenzy? For the toxic ones, decide on escalation, reduce contact further, or if needed, exit gracefully with an honest conversation. I've been reflecting on my time, and I need to focus on what builds me up. To master this, surround yourself with wisdom allies. Join online communities like Reddit's r/Stoicism or local meetups for lifelong learners, where sharing experiences reinforces your boundaries. Track progress in a dedicated journal. Note wins like reclaiming evenings for self-development courses and setbacks, learning from them without self-judgment. This long-term approach fits your US drive for achievement. Think of it as leveling up your personal OS, optimizing for fulfillment. Over time, you'll attract better relationships naturally as your energy shifts. Seneca lived this mastery amid turmoil. You can too, emerging wiser, with a life that's not just longer in feel, but deeper in meaning. Embrace this, and watch your days transform from scattered to sacred. As we wrap up this journey through Seneca's timeless wisdom on the shortness of life, let's pause and reflect on the path you've walked today. You started by feeling the sting of those toxic thieves stealing your precious hours, that heavy drag on your soul from people who dim your light without a second thought. We diagnosed the deep-rooted traps, societal pressures, psychological pulls, and cultural myths that keep you chained, wasting life on the unworthy. Then came the powerful shift, inspired by Diogenes' unyielding courage, that lantern-lit quest for authenticity amid a world of shadows, showing you how to stand firm and reclaim your sun. And finally, the actionable protocol, shifting your mindset to sovereign ownership, building daily habits to scan and set boundaries, and mastering long-term audits to cultivate a life of deliberate depth. Seneca's voice echoes across centuries. Life isn't short, you make it so by how you invest it. You've seen now that toxic people aren't fate, they're choices you can rewrite, freeing you to pour your energy into growth, connections that uplift, and pursuits that set your spirit ablaze. Imagine waking tomorrow with that clarity, your days no longer leaking away but flowing toward purpose, like a river carving its own majestic path. You hold the power to transform resentment into resilience, exhaustion into empowerment. Feel that hope rising? It's real and it's yours. By embracing this wisdom, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, honoring the generous life Seneca promised if only you'd guard it wisely. You're stronger than you know, ready to live with intention, leaving toxicity in the dust. From all of us at Timeless Wisdom Official, thank you sincerely for investing your time with us today. It's the greatest gift, and we're honored you've chosen to spend it here. If this sparks something in you, Hit that subscribe button to join our growing family of deep thinkers and lifelong learners. Like this video to affirm your commitment to wisdom, and share it with someone who's been silently struggling. They'll thank you. Drop a comment below. What's one toxic tie you're ready to release, or a lesson from Seneca or Diogenes that hit home? Let's build this community together, spreading these eternal truths far and wide. Until next time, guard your time fiercely. You deserve nothing less.